All right.
Yeah.
Welcome to I Love 90s Music. We are back. We are back. We got my homie, my sister-in-law, Amanda with us, Jimmy Kimmel Show, ESPN. What else you done? You did a whole bunch of dope stuff. You on Jimmy Kimmel? You were
I'm not about to run that list off.
See?
Let me find out she's somebody.
She
and I'm
is.
gonna sit here talking bad to her.
I don't want us gonna bring anybody on the show on y'all on the last minute.
I work in TV, and I'm
let me find out that I'm gonna sit here talking bad to somebody.
Right. They was talking real reckless to her too, Scott.
I'm talking reckless
before we started.
And kind of find out she got a whole job. I ain't know. I didn't know the girl had a job.
Writer for Law and Order.
I didn't know.
Oh, if Law and Order was still going, but you know.
The woman on Welcome Back Kotter, the episode where they
What's going down episode.
Yep.
Father left.
Well, man is on here. She gonna kick it with. She just dope with music with me. And she's got some beef with my co-host here. We'll get into that later in a minute. All right, Scott, go with your first question. Scott, you had just had before we even started. Let's just kick it off there.
I just want to know, since the BET Awards is obviously canceled this year, I wanted to know who y'all think was getting that Lifetime Achievement Award.
And the Lifetime Achievement of what?
Clarence Thomas.
Of being a Negro, or
I'm just saying this is 2020. Anything can happen.
Who just ain't got somebody who just ain't got the award yet that's still living.
Like that's still living. I was about to say. I don't even
Nobody
know.
dead, but who still living?
The Lifetime Achievement for being alive.
Yeah,
This is Tyson.
Why you can still give them? It's
Real
that.
talk, it's Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman.
But
I don't think Morgan Freeman knows what BET is.
That's true, but he'll tell him it's gonna be young ladies there that he'll show up.
Right. I don't even know. Was there any talk about who might get it?
No,
They usually announced it like around April though, but since everything, I was just thinking about that since it's June and.
Who was the best Negro of the last 12 months?
That wasn't called for sexual harassment?
Right.
LL Cool J.
Sexual harassment. Basically, that was not brought up on any charges. Let's put that. Let's cover that. Not brought up on any charges.
Did Michelle get it already? Michelle Obama? Does that count? Can she do that? I don't know. We can nominate her.
She possibly could. She could get a Lifetime Achievement Award.
We'll give Obama's anything.
Get a graduate high school.
Right. Whatever. Like Lifetime Achievement go to Sasha. Sasha.
Give it up for Sasha for making it to 18.
Right.
Who would get a Lifetime?
I can't think of any.
Teddy Riley.
Yeah, are we thinking just musicians, or are we thinking actors, activists?
Anybody of the Negroid persuasion.
See, we could do musicians or I don't know, actors.
It could be athletes.
What?
That's what I'm saying. That's the nice thing I said. Athletes.
Colin Kaepernick get it yet?
No, he hasn't.
I need to see who's already been bestowed upon with this award, with this prestigious award.
Whitney won it first, because that's when she did all the.
Who won it first?
That's when she had named. That's when she said Bobby was the king of R&B at the first BET Award.
Yep, that was 01.
Scott.
The lane is wide open. So Whitney won, Earth, Wind and Fire, James Brown, Isaac Brothers, Gladys Knight, Shaka Khan, Diana Ross, Al Green, the OJs, Prince, Patti LaBelle, Maze featuring Frankie Beverly, Charlie Wilson, Lionel Richie. First off, let me come back. Charlie Wilson, Lionel Richie, Smokey Robinson, Samuel L. Jackson, New Edition, Anita Baker, and Mary J. Blige. Y'all gave Charlie Wilson a Lifetime Achievement Award before you gave Smokey one.
And Smokey's really actually pretty in real life. You can't just
Smokey.
I've seen him up close. That guy is really still attractive. I don't know what that's about.
Oh, Smokey got it last year, you said?
Smokey got it in 2015. Last year was Mary J. Blige.
Mary J. got it. Yes.
They gave Charlie Wilson one probably because he done came back with he got one of the best comebacks you've never seen.
Yeah, I mean he was on crack.
Yeah, you know everybody don't come back from that and sell records.
Andy, man, his wife in rehab.
I'm a 80s baby. Everybody was on crack. Everybody parents.
No, he was on crack and like while he was doing stuff with Snoop and stuff. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey.
Snoop. He said Snoop came to him and was like, man, you gonna get off of this?
Like, nigga, you still doing crack? That's the question. When you find out that people are still doing crack, and it's like, and I'm not talking about somebody that's older, a young person. It's like, really, all the new drugs that are out, and you chose to go.
You chose
crack. You chose crack. There's so many new things. There's a new drug every year that comes out, and you said, you know what? I'm gonna stick to the basics. I'm gonna go ahead
because
and
it's cheap. It's cheap though, Stacey. Most people find their way to crack. They don't start crack. They usually start out with some better, higher grade shit and more expensive, and they go down to crack because they only got $10.
Last resort.
They only got $10, and they like, I need some hits.
I just feel a 14-year-old on crack right now just disappoints me.
Mm-hmm.
Now that's different because that means they started out there.
Me. I'm disappointed.
I don't know where they finding it. Where are you finding it?
The young panhandlers be throwing me off, man. Like for the last few years, all the niggas who my peers and younger, a big bro in me, like, man, come on, man, if you don't go somewhere and try to work. Like, nigga, it was typically older people who probably had a rough patch or got hooked on some shit. These niggas started real young.
Yeah, whatever happened to regular shit?
Hold on.
Alcohol.
Hey, you remember them old PSAs when the dude find his son with the weed and be like, I learned by watching you, Dad.
That is still classic. Like that commercial and the meth commercial. When
the girl jumping
out the house and she said, I said, oh, meth. Yeah. That's my shit. Meth also has an Ultimate Icon Award.
Okay.
That they gave out in 2015, 2018, and 2019. I don't know what happened in the other 2 years. But Janet got it, Deborah Lee and Tyler Perry have the Ultimate Icon Award.
Okay.
And I'm sorry, I don't understand why Deborah Lee got the Ultimate Icon Award.
You work for the company.
Cause she owned the company for a second?
No, she don't. I mean, she just worked. No. She retired.
She was the president, wasn't she?
Yeah.
She was the president. Yeah, she replaced Bob.
Yeah, she replaced Bob Johnson. Yeah, she ran the company into the ground. And I feel like
she did run it into the ground.
Why for?
She dropped off the thing that they tried to clown Nelly for. What's the late night show?
Tip Drill.
Uncut.
It was funny.
But Uncut gave us Black Jesus though.
It did. It did. I had no idea what that thing smelled like until that song came out.
And I didn't know how much that I even like white girls until that one song.
Bro.
Man, there's some classics on there, man. What was a Joker the Jail Bondsman? Y'all know he's in jail for real, right?
Who?
Joker the Jail Bondsman. The dude that had that song, let me see that ass drop. Let me see that ass drop.
Who had the song?
And he had that song Busy Bone too.
He ain't got no panties on. That was
who was that? Oh.
Yeah. I remember that one with Busy Bone. You're like, ain't nothing
That's
like
him. That's the same dude.
Yes.
Joker the Bail Bondsman.
Ain't nothing like money in a Ziploc bag. You understand?
Yeah, that's Joker the Jail Bondsman, y'all. That's the same dude I'm talking about. He's in jail right now for real, doing like 20.
He go from the bail bondsman to
Ain't no small time.
I don't. Who can?
Waxamillion is his name.
I need to know who.
It's called Wax. It's Stacey. It's Waxamillion.
No, I'm thinking about this BET Award thing. I still haven't let that go.
Oh, okay.
I'm looking at this list. I haven't moved on from it.
Would you have to go to the 90s like Puffy's and your Teddy Riley's?
I mean, well, if Mary J. Blige can get it.
Yeah.
But is Puffy gonna show up though? Is Puffy gonna show up?
He'll show up.
He'll come to get an award.
He'll come get an award.
Okay.
Or now he'll send one of his sons to get it.
Oh, that'd be.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you exactly who to go to. It'll go to Jay.
Jay-Z not showing up.
He's not gonna show up, but that's who they'll give it to.
Yeah.
And Blue will come to get her new doorstop. That's exactly what'll happen. It'll be. I think we're at that point now, like that, or maybe LL.
That's
Like,
why
get
I
it?
said LL.
LL is a good one.
LL deserves it. LL deserves it.
I give it to LL. He
What about Ice Cube? What about Ice Cube?
Yeah,
Ice
Cube?
Cube.
He get it.
deserves it.
It is,
Right.
because there are no rappers on the list at all.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
So
he
now-
got to
Yeah, you gotta give
Will
it.
Will Smith show up? Will Will Smith show up?
Nah.
They hosted it one year, remember?
The first year, right?
That was a good intro too.
When the
That was-
family hosted.
Even the whole the lead-ins to that, all of the promotional material for that
the
is
promotion
funny.
was the funniest shit I've ever seen.
Very
The Will and
funny.
Jada one. The Will and Jada hosted one.
Yes, it's
With
one.
the
It's
kids,
a,
like cursing,
Kids cussing.
there's one spot where what the hell did Jaden said something smart to Will about like
Yeah.
some other
It was like a family like picture thing, and the kids started walking out, cursing out. the
right, and I think Jaden was like something. I bet you something like I bet you puppy kids don't have to put up with this, and then Will was like I bet you puppy kids can fight. And it was, but like if it wasn't puppy, but it was somebody along those lines. But either way, the promo for it was funny.
Yeah,
But that was a different time. It was like 2001 when life was still good.
we never saw that again.
Yeah, never. It's a shit show.
Mhm.
Shit
was
show.
it Monique right after that?
Yeah, Monique
Oh,
had
it was probably the only other
Monique had it for a
intro
few
that
years.
everybody liked. Well, a lot of people was digging. Hey, was that the BT Awards?
Did Chris Rock do it too?
Regina Hall, Regina Hall.
Yeah, hers was okay.
Yeah, on some DC shit. Yeah, she
I think BT started having too many award shows.
Because they had the hip hop awards too.
They got the hip hop awards, the Black Girls Rock, the regular BET awards, the gospel awards,
Yeah.
the nigga you just did it awards.
Right.
Just did it.
The
And then
fashion
there was
awards.
Then I think in there when they doing like they didn't do a hip hop honors, did they? That was VH1 did the hip hop honors.
VH1
It
did
was-
the hip hop honors.
There was just too many things. I mean, I get what they were trying to do. I understand that they were trying to recognize us in various genres and areas. I completely understand that. But
So
shit, it just became, and they was like back to back, and it's like, didn't I just see these same niggas last week?
No, Will and Jada did. They did after Monique did 2 years in a row.
They
Yeah.
hosted.
It was
Remember,
Steve.
she
It was
did
Steve.
that
Steve
Beyonce
Harvey
thing.
said did the first 3 years. Then Monique did 2, and then Will Smith and Jada did 05.
There it is. Okay. Yeah, those spots were
Who
funny.
hosted after that? Then after that, it was just random.
Yeah, Damon Wayans did it the year after that.
I think Kevin Hart did it a couple years, didn't he?
I don't
Monique
even.
came back again.
Jamie Foxx did it.
Jamie Foxx. Yeah, he hosted
It-
when Michael Jackson died. I remember that
It
one.
all kind of just runs together. Which award show was Chris Brown crying at?
That
Uh,
one.
Michael
it
Jackson. Was it the Michael Jackson tribute?
It was a Michael Jackson tribute, yeah, because he could not finish that performance.
But that's what I'm saying. But was it BT? Was it?
BET?
I think it was BET.
That's again so many award shows. It all started running together, and like everybody did Michael Jackson tribute. Just like I'm sorry, and this is okay. J.O., calm
Little
down.
opinion.
Calm down, J.O. I think that we're at a place where we can stop doing Prince tributes.
Yes, I agree. Sorry,
I
guys.
think that we're just.
I'm with it.
I think we're at a
Now my
place
name needs to
now.
do something else because all she do is Prince tribute.
Right. I think we're at a
Everybody,
place
every
now.
R&B artist that's coming out with music right now has at least one Prince song sounding on it. Like Ro James got a Prince song on there. I just heard his. I was like, all right, guys.
I think we're at that point.
What Prince been there? What 4 years? 4 years? Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, okay, now, y'all. Like, I get it. You know, everybody, there's always, usually an artist will pass away and there's like an award show within like a week. It always seems like it happens.
Oh,
They rush to try to get something out there really quickly. And then the next show after that is going to be the better one because they had more time to prepare. But it's been 7 years. If y'all ain't got it right by now, it's not going to happen. I think it's okay to stop doing Prince tribute.
Just lay him to
I
rest.
think Prince is sabotaging it so it won't get just right because he ain't want nobody doing this shit no way.
That's true too.
Y'all ain't doing it right.
Do it again. Keep doing it again.
All right, so let's get into this Jagged Edge battle. Jagged Edge versus 112. We didn't discuss that. That was last we talked. What did everybody think about that?
I think it was a good
That was
battle.
pretty decent.
Yeah, I think it was a good battle despite
Despite the sound.
112 sound, but I think it was a good battle though.
I mean,
Yeah.
Off a song, even though 112 got more up tempo songs, I think Jagged Edge got more ballads.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
I
Scott,
can't even think of too many Jagged Edge up tempo songs.
Not
the
besides
remix.
Where the Party At.
It's just the
they
remix,
got
right?
Where
Where
the
the
Party
Party
At,
At, Keys
And
to
let's
the
get the
Range,
remix.
Keys to the Range, and
Keys to the Range. Yeah,
Lace
Keys to the
You.
Range.
you might
Let's
be
see.
Lace You, that wasn't a single though.
Which one?
It was a song called. It was on J.E. Heartbreaks called Lace You, but it wasn't a single.
Oh, okay.
Lace You. Yeah, but that wasn't up tempo. That was just the shit.
Mhm.
Remember True Man? You can't have
oh, that was my
Yeah.
joint.
You know what? I just pause real quick. I'm just gonna start singing and busting out some notes during our podcast.
Let him do his
Now,
thing.
I'm a little rusty. I haven't sang in years. But I'm just gonna start busting out some notes and just see how the audience, how they receive it. From time to
How they
time.
take that
See how they
competition,
take it.
like competition.
I'm open to constructive feedback. If you don't have anything nice to say, keep it to yourself. Only positive feedback is what I'm looking for in
Gotcha.
regards to my boat
Noted.
chain.
I
My boat chain.
support you, Stacey.
Right, to my boat chain.
But they both played all the songs that I expected to hear though.
Right. They did right on the list. They did what they were supposed to do
Yeah.
on the list.
On the list.
112 ain't played player though, and Jagged Edge did.
They did. They did.
But
play.
wait, they did. They played play. Uncle Keith Sweat came in,
Yeah.
introduced it.
No. It's Crazy Over You that I was looking for. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
They called Keith Sweat the Godfather of R&B.
The nigga stay down the street. Everybody know. Like, it's Atlanta. What do you?
Question: is Keith Sweat the Godfather of R&B?
I think so.
Yeah, I couldn't debate that though.
I can't get mad at it. I can't get mad at it.
Wait. What makes him the king of the Godfather of R&B? Is it because
Not the king. The king is Bobby
right?
Brown.
I was about to say.
Just going off songs, because like Aaliyah couldn't sing, but she got hits. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Keith Sweat's got hits, man. Like, he got hits.
Yeah.
Keith Sweat gave away hits.
Was at your auntie's wedding.
Oh yeah. Oh, every
and Keith
auntie.
Sweat has discovered a lot of other artists too. That's
I was
the
about to
thing.
say, I think that's what makes him more the Godfathers, because he more the uncle than Uncle Charlie is. Damn near.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
But in my opinion.
Keith Sweat older than my mama. No bullshit.
Yeah.
No,
Keith Sweat from 60.
Yeah.
No bullshit.
Not even just the age, but he to me, I hear more young artists saying that once they met him or they got a chance to meet him, they got a serious good word or they get mentored by this guy.
And
He also take your woman too.
Like the young R&B cats too, though.
Still. Yeah.
Take your girl though. Don't get it twisted. Keith's still out there.
Hey, wait. And Keith a gangster, if y'all don't know that.
That's what I heard. Exactly.
Keith a real, and Keith run up on niggas with the thing, like, what's good?
He was telling the story about how to run up on somebody for his publishing for Johnny Kim just got paid because he wrote it.
Yeah.
Oh, so you heard that story too, Joe?
I heard Keith Sweat tell that story. Yeah.
Wait a minute, this is my face right now. Like what?
Right.
Yeah,
so Teddy Riley produced it, but what's the dude that ganked Bobby Brown out of his credit at first about My Prerogative? What's that dude?
I can't think.
Because Bobby Brown is not on the original credits. It's this other guy. Whoever's on the original, that dude tried to steal money from Keith Sweat because he wrote Just Got Paid. And he ran up on him and made him sign some paperwork.
Yeah.
You do what you got to do. If you got to ice cube the game, ice cube the game. You know what I mean?
I always hear people alluding to like Keith Sweat, one of them niggas. He the real R&B thug.
Him and Aaron Hall.
Mm-hmm.
It's Gene Griffin. That's who it was. Who took his production credit. But so he tried to take like I said, take Keith Sweat's money for writing Just Got Paid, and he was like, no. I had to go by there and make sure he knew that I had this paperwork with me that it was finna get signed, and it was gonna get signed.
Then he always do that laugh, that player laugh afterwards.
but it was one of them laughs like, oh no, I was laughing, but I ain't.
Right. I was about to say that it's that player laugh that's like, no, I
be on the Twin Hotel. Yeah, I'm.
Yep.
What? Oh, okay.
Oh, he almost shot this dude.
He kind of remind me of a less creepier Red from the Five Heartbeats.
Yeah.
Like
I can see that.
Yeah.
I can
little
see
gangster.
When he ran into
She'll
Jacquees.
talk with him.
Hey, Scott, did you see when he ran into Jacquees when he was talking that he the king?
Yeah.
Right.
Did you see the look on Keith's face when he tripped off the cameras because he like put his hand on his shoulder and then looked over like little nigga, and then they was like, chill out, Keith. Like no bullshit. Keith like, little nigga, I'll fuck you up.
And then when he saw them cameras, he's like, "Oh no, I'm just to come on the Sweat Hotel. Come on the Sweat Hotel."
Yeah, the gangster, man.
And you know he gotta be truck tight because he got his custody of his kids too.
Oh, okay.
From the housewives.
One his ex-wife, one of the housewives.
Yeah. Lisa Wu.
He got custody of his kids.
All three of them. Yeah.
Lisa
Like full
is.
custody.
Mm-hmm.
That is so. That you absolutely right.
Damn, what she do?
He was on to have kids my age. He ain't need no fucking custody. What that nigga was fucking late.
He was late.
30 years old. Come on,
Yeah,
man.
I think he got some kids our age, but I think he had some younger kids with her.
How many kids he got?
I think he got like 5.
Oh, okay.
The normal number for an R&B.
Yeah.
Yeah. How many baby mamas he got?
I mean,
I think it's only 2 women. I think it's only
At
2
least
women.
6.
No, it's only
5
I think
kids,
it's
6 baby mamas.
It's 5 kids, think 2 women. Lisa Wu or
I was
whatever
about
one
to say,
before that.
how you get more than one?
5 kids, 6 baby mamas.
Baby mamas. I'm really surprised that he ain't got a lot.
dedicated to his new baby. His next album gonna be dedicated to his new baby.
I can't.
Yeah, but it's crazy that Keith Sweat has full custody, so you know that his ex must be off the chain.
That's why I was like, what she do? Like,
I mean, you know, he always traveling and everything.
Lousy motherfucker to lose your kids.
no, for real. Especially like a woman, in my opinion. If any woman, you lose full custody, the fuck you doing?
Okay, so he has 2 kids.
That's what she was out here doing. She was housewife.
Right. Stay off of reality TV, yo.
Right.
Oh, he's got six kids, y'all. So I'm looking at the thing now. He's got 6.
7 baby mamas.
And he's got like 4 baby mamas. So
She was gonna say that. Yeah.
So both his kids with Lisa Wu are grown now. They was born in 95 and 98.
Ah, yeah.
Lord,
Them the oldest, I'm guessing.
Yeah, those are the oldest too.
Okay.
They the oldest of his?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. So Keith survived the late 80s and most of the 90s
without seating nobody up.
Mm-hmm.
He was married to Lisa Wu from 92 to 2002.
Keith Sweat got married?
I didn't know they was married that long.
Yeah, he's married to Lisa Wu.
Did not know he married somebody.
He was married to her in his prime, 92.
Yeah.
Oh,
That was right after he was singing in New Jack City.
Yeah, that was like,
Say, how that work?
You got me thinking, like, as I'm sitting there thinking about the time that Lisa was on, I don't remember because she was married to Ed at that point, right? She was married to the new guy.
Yep.
I just don't remember ever seeing the kids.
No, because she talks about it, they see his custody.
Yeah, Keith Sweat wouldn't allow it.
Yeah.
Now that you mentioned it, I remember hearing you never see his kids on there because he shut the shit down.
Yeah, I don't blame him. Like, cut it. You shouldn't even be on this,
but I gotta be strong.
Yo, he got hits though, man. Keith Sweat got hits, man. Oh, his first album is a classic, man. That Make It Last Forever album was a classic.
Absolutely.
I think I'm rocking with Keith. Let me get the iTunes queued up.
Who can Keith Sweat go against in a battle before we go to the next one?
Aaron Hall.
That's a tough matchup.
Aaron Hall.
Aaron Hall ain't got nothing for Keith Sweat.
I was about to say he did good, but not good enough.
Honestly, Teddy against Keith would have been a better battle.
Yeah, it was Babyface and Teddy just did not line up.
Only problem is that half of Keith's dope songs came from Teddy.
It came from Teddy.
Yeah. I was about to say, could he play that? I'm gonna play the same thing.
About Keith and I'll be sure.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, because you can do the work that you've written. Yeah.
You can do Al B. Sure versus Aaron Hall would be a better matchup.
No, because Al B got too much material. He wrote a lot of songs for everything.
I'm thinking just their song. their song.
Yeah, if you throw in what Al B wrote, then I mean you getting the most of Tevin Campbell shit.
Yeah, you got Tevin Campbell, Jodeci. You know, it's a lot of shit.
Ooh.
You got Forever My Lady immediately getting played.
Mm-hmm.
Alone.
That might be worth something. Somebody might want to do that one.
The New Jack Swing Battle.
Something just ain't right.
That's what I'm saying, man. Do that. Hey, man.
Hey.
He Sweat versus Johnny Gill.
I got the album pulled up. I'm rocking it when we finish.
He Sweat versus Johnny Gill. Wait a minute.
Who's against Johnny Gill?
In the LSG battle.
You know what though? Johnny Gill.
You'll throw all of them in a ring.
When I think of Johnny, I think of how the strength of his voice. I put Johnny against Gerald Levert.
Yeah. Because of their
That's a sing-off.
Yeah.
We about to have a sing-off now. Like,
and you know they got about the same amount of hits too. That'd actually be good.
I think it could work. I think it actually would work. Johnny versus Gerald. And again, because you're going to have that same level of vote chain that is coming out. They both going to be yelling at you.
Baby, hold on.
Growling at you.
Yeah. Johnny like to growl at you.
Hey, look.
His daddy love to yell at a woman in a song.
Hey, Stacey, I went to a New Edition concert on my birthday about 5 years ago, and that nigga shook the fucking stadium. That nigga go, everybody! I was like, this nigga shaking.
Was that for your 45th birthday party?
He said that's your 45th.
Was that for your 45th birthday party?
Oh, Stacey, I hope you spill whatever you're drinking all over your t-shirt.
I stand.
Stacey like got 2 years younger than me or something. That's funny.
I'm not.
I get the older tonight because I got the gray hair. That's
I'm not because you're 50. I'm not.
I don't know who I put two up against.
Oh man.
50. Not my fault.
Yeah, I don't know.
You gonna let Stacey treat me like that, bro?
Somebody else better, yeah.
How did y'all think about the gospel battle? Did anybody check out the gospel battle? The Fred Hammond versus Kirk
the recap of it.
I watched it.
I felt real positive afterwards.
It was neat.
Do you want a revolution? Ooh.
So
Kurt looks younger and younger every day. I don't know.
Hey, something's up.
I'm gonna be honest. Looking at Kurt, I'm offended by the nose area. Like the nigga always look like he just woke up.
Really?
That's that face you came out with, bro. Yeah, that's it right there.
Has he admitted to having some work done? Because that's not what Kurt looks like.
It has.
So you think it's work
younger now than he did back when
he's done something.
Yes, right there. Right there.
Something that has happened in
has to have.
And you know what?
Good job. Somebody did a good job.
Yeah. I don't think they did a good job. I don't think it's a good job. Like he doesn't look the way that he did. I mean, it's okay to not look the same way you did 20 years ago, but you shouldn't look worse. Something is wrong.
He looked like he got bad allergies or something.
I think he looks.
He does.
He got a new face.
He looks like he's like about 30, 35, and he's never gonna age again.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of people who never age, there's a couple niggas that's like Lorenz Tate. Why he look the same?
Yeah.
Because he's Lorenz fucking Tate.
Huh?
Because he's Lorenz Tate. No.
And then,
worry about yourself.
No, I ain't
about Lorenz Tate.
Hey, I admire this shit. I'm like, the niggas a fucking icon just because of that. I'm like, this nigga looks
drinking water and minding your business does wonders.
No, hey, no. I think you're misunderstanding. I'm saluting the brother. I ain't hating on him.
I'm just saying that's the key.
Right.
Oh, that's the key. Okay.
I'm just saying that's what it is. But
you know,
I'm a huge
Raheem from Juice. Somebody show me a picture of Raheem.
Yeah, he like 50 something now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, light skin. Yeah.
Khalil Kane.
Yeah.
Khalil Kane out here looking like love and happiness.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even think he has any kids even or something like that. I think that was something I was reading.
That'll keep you young too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
KID will kill you. KID you every day. There should be a commercial for like 10 years now. It's gonna be commercials out there. Have you been a victim of KID?
I'll tell you, he's got 2 kids. Sorry about that. He got 2 kids.
Oh, okay.
But I'm
he's 55 though. He's 55 though.
Looking good. Is he single?
Hey, y'all kind of like in the same age range. You don't snatch him up, Stacey.
It's not funny when you do it because it's not true.
Oh, it's definitely true.
It is. It's funny when I say it because it's the truth. It's funny when I talk about how old you are. It's okay,
What's
Papa.
the hasn't aged either? Bill Bellamy. He still look.
Yeah, Bill
Yeah,
He's
Bellamy was
not
good
too
too.
bad. Yeah. He's aged well.
It
Yeah.
look like how to be a player.
Yeah.
Hey, but Gabrielle Union, she ages well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's evil. Evil does that. That's pure
Hey,
evil.
I honestly believe the same thing, Stacey, but no shit.
Hold up. Go into this. What do you mean? I'm confused. What is
Evil.
evil?
Oh,
He's
you're not aware of the
I'm about
Stacey
to-
Gabrielle Union beef?
Yeah.
The who?
Who
No.
be-
But
Go
she
into it.
had at one point she was beefing with a lot of people. Just
Stacey does not fuck with Gabrielle Union.
Okay, go into it.
I just don't. You ever met somebody and you don't fuck with them? Like
Yes.
you just don't. And I've never met Gabrielle Union and I don't like her. And what's crazy is we have the same birthday.
Oh.
And that so it's we're Scorpios, October 29th. And one thing about Scorpios, when we meet people, like we either we with you or we not. Like we're very, it goes either way. And again, I've never met Gabrielle Union, but I can tell.
It's something about it. It's something about
There's
it.
just something about her. And let me say this, because I made a comment about that once, and someone about me not liking her, right? Because it's everyone kind of knows it, like on my newsfeed. I'll talk about like, oh man, I hate Gabrielle Union. And somebody made a comment about that, like, yeah, because I don't like the way that she raising her stepkids. Let's pause. Hold on. I have nothing at all to say in regards to her relationship, her marriage,
Right.
how children are being raised.
it's just her.
I didn't like her before all of that happened.
Dang.
Hey,
Like,
it
I
has
ain't like
nothing
to
to do
put it on.
right. I ain't like to sit bring it on.
You ain't fuck with her too to play that game.
Right. I ain't fuck with it back
Oh,
then.
you ain't like it when she was on Family Matters.
I did not know that.
That's when I first wrote.
Yeah,
You
it
went
has
digging in
nothing
the
to
crates
do
like
with
her.
I was on there too.
Everybody was on there.
On Family Matters.
Hey,
Everybody was on
Scotty, who you say was on there?
Not Lathan.
Wow.
It
For
was
sure.
it was like a college episode.
Yeah, that's the thing though.
Sounds
Sanaa
about right.
Lathan has been plugged in. Her daddy is Stan Lathan, man, that did
I was about to say her dad
like the
works in
Steve
the
Harvey
biz,
show, helped do Def
He's a
Comedy
comedy.
Jam. Like if you go look at old Def Comedy Jams, she's sitting in the crowd, like in the VIP sections on almost all the episodes.
Yeah, she
Sitting
just
next to,
lived
like,
a
Onyx,
life.
sitting next to Ice Cube, any of the rappers, she's sitting like right there.
Yeah.
You be like, dude,
Not Lathan
like
plug.
this-
If you look at it, she's in there. She's in a lot of stuff because of her father, probably.
Yep.
Yeah,
Everything her daddy's in, she's in it. I guarantee you.
Okay. Okay, I'm here.
Write that. Let me make that little note to look that up.
Yeah, no,
but
but
yeah.
look at like the best stuff, Def Comedy Jams. You go look when he like Marty starts talking to the crowd and stuff. I guarantee she's sitting up there with like Ice-T and all them.
You know,
Yeah.
But yeah, fuck Gabrielle Union though. So
I mean,
me and
it's
Gabby,
just a feeling you have. It's not nothing.
it's just a feeling I have. And there's a story that she tells all the time about a conversation she had with AJ Johnson. And I love that story. I've repeated that story. Still don't fuck with Gabrielle Union. I repeat the story because of what AJ Johnson said to her. If she'd have told the story, if she'd have said the advice to AJ, I probably wouldn't tell anybody.
So tell me which AJ Johnson is this?
Huh?
From House Party.
Oh, okay, so
Yeah,
baby.
baby.
The girl. So
Not the
AJ,
crackhead AJ Johnson. You thinking the crackhead comedian AJ Johnson.
but yeah, I just can't like everybody.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
that's me and Terrence Howard.
What you talking about, man? What you talking about,
I ain't
man?
gonna do him like that, man. Now, damn, you know,
Please tell me this tape fell out your pocket, man.
Yeah,
That's
not
not like
a.
dude, man.
Yeah, me and Gabby ain't it. So
right.
So I mean, I mean, I think the battles need to be in person now, though, too.
yes.
Like
yes.
they need to be in the same studio together
Hey.
and just playing songs on y'all
That'd be
laptops
much
back and
better.
forth.
And I'm gonna say this. I 100% agree. And every time it's been issues with sound, I think it's Instagram. I don't think people. I don't think it's because they there with engineers. I think the connection Instagram just ain't got the platform.
For both, yeah, for both people, maybe. Because it's always one person that's better.
Yeah, one person is perfect.
Yeah, like who? It's almost like I have to go back and look, but it's almost like whoever dialed in, who was ever on first, gets the better sound or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Typically, it works like that.
Well, the thing is though, but so with Erica and Jill, I didn't have any issues.
Yeah, I didn't have no issues with that.
I had like no issues at all. The only time it cut out when Erica's her iPad died.
Yeah.
Right.
That was it. And we had been sitting there for 3 hours.
I don't think they used them kits that they gave them. I think they just was playing. Niggas was trying to get too fancy and do too much, and then Verzuz sent them simple kits to set up. But I think they were just playing their shit like if we was doing something.
Right, like out of your iTunes.
Yeah.
Well, I think Jill might have been on her iTunes, but Erica got like a whole setup in her house. I think she was actually with the whole.
Yeah, she got a studio on the crib.
Yeah, she got a studio, so I think it all. People just be fucking up. I don't.
Yeah,
What they need to do, real shit, is Verzuz needs to go on the road.
Now they can.
They need to go on the road. Like there's a movie, Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Yeah. I love that movie. I love that movie.
So the battle of the bands, right?
Yep,
Amp versus, and then the one scene, Amp versus Amp. You got one band on one side, you got another band on another side, and you got the crowd in the middle. You can fucking do that.
Hey Scott,
absolutely do it.
Scott, didn't you send me something like that? Like what'd you send me?
It was like a DJ battle or something. Yeah.
It was a while
ago. I forgot what page it was on, but it was like a battle.
It was some old shit. Like it was some old niggas, but some shit that would have worked. Like the Howard Hewitt and the motherfucker.
Yeah, Robert Townsend.
Right, yeah, it was some Robert Townsend.
Sketch comedy show or variety show.
Oh yeah. Because they had a battle as H-Town versus Portrait, right?
Yeah.
I talk about that battle all the time.
Yeah, they did those type of battles on it.
Yeah, but you could absolutely do it though. And I mean, hell, even if they do it like a DJ battle, you just need two set up, and then one person go, other person go, done. And
the very first Verzuz went just like that. The very first Verzuz was in person. It was Swiss Beat and Just Blaze.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was a beat battle with that one though, right?
Yeah,
it was a whole concert type of setup.
It was like.
No, it was at somebody's crib. It was like somebody's crib.
I think by the time Tim and Swiss did it, they were
at Summer Jam. They did that Summer Jam.
There we go. Yeah.
But the original one was like at somebody's apartment in New York. And they just did it with some people that were hanging out.
I used to have battles like that with my friends in high school.
Right. Hey, but listen, let me tell y'all something. Swiss Beats is a garbage producer when you compare him to everybody else.
Oh, no, he is. He is.
Listen, but he be winning these battles. I'm like, nigga, Just Blaze, man. It's in the way he make beats. And you just boo H.
That's the problem is Swiss's music hasn't been able to be timeless enough. At the time, his shit was hitting. Like he's got time periods where he couldn't be fucked with. But his music hasn't transitioned well over the years. That's the thing.
Swiss,
not enough for 20 hits
in it.
Yeah, I like Swiss, but not enough for 20 hits. He's the one who said 20 hits make you a GOAT or something like that. Like you.
I don't know if Swiss got 20 hits. Does Swiss have 20 hits?
That's a question. That's a question because real shit.
I wouldn't call him.
The production that he kind of did on BP3.
Yeah, see, exactly. Like it's some holes in there.
What you mean? He did all to the
It's cheaped up with holes in it. The Swiss.
Yeah.
Hey, no. I'm looking at his thing. No, he's got 20.
He got way more than 20.
He's got way more than 20.
I'm talking about.
No, I'm looking at all these hits. I can just go off the first 10 hitters.
He was the in-house producer for a hot label.
Right. But you think he was the hottest producer in the late 90s, too. You got Rough Riders album, Banned from TV, Tear the Roof Off, Money Cash Hoes, Down Bottom, Got a Man, Love is Blind, Jigga My Nigga. Like, I mean, that's just the first, that's just 99.
Exactly. But then there gets a, like, as you're going through, and I'm sure it's showing you year by year.
Yeah, this is 99 named.
After 2004 is when it starts sounding.
Okay, let's see. After 2004, let's see.
That's when all his beats sound the same.
I'm a Hustler is 2005.
Okay.
I'll bet that would pass.
The song Check on It, Beyonce Slim Thug. Beyonce Slim Thug, Check on It.
I'm with you. I'm with you, Amanda.
Yeah.
I like him, but he's just different. He's a chanty producer. Like, I like Lil Jon.
Yeah, I don't need to hear
Lil Jon, but Lil Jon is chanty. He's not a rapper. Like
That's not what the producing thing is about, really. I thought. I don't know.
yes.
That's a good thing though. He is a chanting producer.
Yeah, it's
And
like
the-
he just make shit that call and response. Yeah, you know, a lot of that shit.
Yeah, hey man.
It's a lot of that.
He's a DJ's producer.
Yeah, that's what he is, a DJ's producer.
The DJ's producer.
He was a DJ.
Yeah,
Yes.
But Swiss,
Yeah, that's where he started.
that is a skill, but in comparison to people
Right.
who really compose music, he trash.
Right.
Oh, he did Ring the Alarm too.
Yes.
I remember that too. Yeah.
He did
Yeah.
Upgrade You too. He did Upgrade You too.
Yes, he
He
did.
did Get Me Body.
But okay, but actually, Daryl, do you see the difference?
I'm sorry, Swiss. I'm sorry. You got some hitting that.
Wait, Daryl, do you see the difference between the times that he's not chanting and the times that he is? Like the consistency, like Upgrade You ain't hear him on that.
Hey, but you heard him on Get Me Body. That was him. Hey, that was him doing all that.
True. Yeah. But we don't need all this talking. Like that's why Lil Jon got on my nerves.
Yeah. Like Swiss got hits, but when the versus thing, when the beat battle, I was judging on the quality of beat. And he can't fuck with Just Blaze in that type of category.
No, he can't.
Yeah.
This is the thing though. Swiss will take off a year or two. It looks like, and then he'll come out with a big banger. They'll be like, "Oh, that is Swiss Beats." That's basically what it looks like for his career. Like every time you forget about him, he'll come out with a hit. You go, "Oh, yeah, that's Swiss Beats. He's dope."
When did him and Alicia get together?
When? Before the end of the first marriage?
Oh, you ain't shit.
I ain't got a problem. I mean, like that's their business.
Like 07, 08.
Yeah, 07, 08, somewhere around there. Like 07, 08. They've been together over 10 years. Then or 15.
Yeah. They done moved out here now.
When were they officially together and not? Because I mean, I was with when we went together.
Up the closet. When were they out?
When they first came out together.
When they got married.
Right. All of a sudden, oh, we didn't know y'all was dating. Yeah.
Right. When was it okay for everybody to know that they was together?
When were y'all out the closet?
Right.
I'm probably thinking around 07.
No clue.
I
just looked up and they were married, holding hands.
Yeah, right. It's just crazy. Really, like Jay-Z was all speaking of like couples and shit. Jay-Z was always anti-relationship. This nigga, you been with Beyonce like 20 years now. Like,
I watched. What was that? When his
claims 2010 that they've been together since 2010.
Oh, him, Swiss and Alicia?
No way.
That's what he claims on here. It says I guess they dated when they known each other since they were teenagers. They announced they're engaged and expected their first child in May 2010. So that's the first time that this mentioned what they together. It says that his divorce to homegirl was finalized May 2010.
But they was.
I don't have an emoji for that.
So he's expecting a kid in May 2010. He just got divorced in May 2010.
On the way out.
Hey, I'm a hustler. He was fucking with her. And Michelle,
Thank you. Everybody knew. We was like, who the hell?
Is this upside down?
Thumbs down. Yeah. Hey.
He said according to Dean, I'm reading here. It says they've been separated since 2008 in his mind, June 2008.
Yeah.
I'm drinking my two-step. That's around then.
Yeah. This sounds about right. Everything lines up now.
It's crazy. Like it seems like to me when Alicia got with him, her talent kind of went away because she wasn't cranking out the hits like she was.
I think that's because I think she was overrated. That's right.
Alicia Keys is Nas to me.
Here we go.
No. Perfect segue. That's a perfect segue.
King, baby. Let's go. But yeah,
now we riding.
I want to talk about
how I'm cutting off your video, Jay. I'm cutting off your video.
I was ambushed today during the taping of this podcast. I was sitting here minding my business. All of a sudden, Amanda rolled up and started calling me out my name because
did not go there real.
Because I feel very threatened.
All the way out the name.
It was all kind of names that she called me, and stuff I'd never even heard of before. Like it's just, why would you call me a harlot? Like I don't. I mean, it just was. I didn't like it, and I'm just putting it out there. Like,
that's the HR voice. That's the HR voice.
Right. I think that that young ladies shouldn't speak like that. Like I'm too much of a lady to repeat some of the words that were used. However, I mean, I'll let her tell you what she said.
Nas is way, way better than what y'all gave him credit. Beat selector, true, maybe not his strong suit, but it ain't as bad as you making it seem. Life is Good album was good. Here's the thing. Like I told Daryl this before, Jay-Z is only that high up on some New York hardcore MC type stuff because his business is way better, and he did pick better beats than Nas.
No,
Nas
hey, but listen, I've heard Nas is a
MC.
phenomenal businessman. They
Say
said
what?
Nas is in the tech world getting all the money.
Now,
Yeah.
I mean, Jay-Z kind of been better about his business from the jump, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
That's the
he's
best
out there on the
thing.
front lines with it too. People like look at Jay as the ultimate hustler, the ultimate businessman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree, but I mean, we cannot.
And you got to also keep in the fact that Jay-Z married Beyonce. That is 50% of the reason people fuck with him.
Thank you.
No,
Thank
I'm
you.
dead ass. Because
Come on, man.
Nas
He just got
look,
way
look,
too
no.
much credit MC
Dude, he
wise.
gets
He
a
ain't
gang
that
of
good.
credit. He gets a lot of credit for his
Whole bunch
career
of credit.
just because he married Beyonce. Like,
Bro, he was already considered that nigga before he was public.
No. Jay-Z wasn't considered that nigga by he was considered that nigga by everybody from
No,
the
he been messing with Beyonce since 02, 03. So what period you talking about?
Actually, I said when he started acknowledging, he didn't do that till about 03, 04. He didn't really acknowledge.
He put out 2 documentaries with Beyonce behind the scenes. You didn't know what that was about.
He said he didn't acknowledge her till 04.
Because it was like private. They did a couple songs.
Yeah.
They did 03 Bonnie and Clyde, and they did what's the
Crazy in Love.
No, but that
Crazy in Love.
they was
like Crazy in Love,
Yes,
it was
like,
They were open by then.
But 03 Bonnie and Clyde, it was still like
low.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, no, it's just a
when
duet.
Crazy in Love came out, that's what I'm saying. That was the transition. But prior to, he was still on his.
I feel like
dropped like 2 whack albums in a row, but he was still relevant because.
With 2 albums he dropped, that's whack, man.
Kingdom
Come. What was after the Blackout?
There you go.
Volume 2 and Volume 3.
And
Come on now. What was after the Blackout?
Volume 2.
Hold on.
it was
Volume 3.
But American Gangster was good though.
American Gangster was good.
I did like American Gangster.
Volume 2 had Hard Knock Life was not a bad album, right?
It's overrated. It did not age well. That album did not age well.
Right. So people fuck with the song. People fuck with Hard Knock Life. However, it's because of the single. But Volume 3, what's on Volume 3? Big Pimpin'?
Big Pimpin'.
Yeah.
It's classic.
Come and Get Me.
Yeah. In the club. Well, you know.
Yeah.
Look at my face.
So Swiss beats on there that people don't like that diamonds.
That's what I'm saying. So Volume 3, I think people ran out and bought Volume 3 because Big Pimpin' was on there and it was him. So then what comes after Volume 3 is the Dynasty album, right?
Yeah.
Dynasty.
So Dynasty, we fucking with him a little bit more, but the Blueprint is what people were like, well, wait a minute, hold on.
Yep.
That's what really did it. So it's like, it always kills me when niggas be like, I was on Jay-Z from day one. You was not fucking with Reasonable Doubt.
No,
Thank you.
I fuck with Reasonable Doubt.
Be honest.
I fucked with Reasonable Doubt.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Chill out. There are people who were fucking
Mass of people did not.
I'm not saying there's no one who was.
But the mass of people did not.
No.
People have romanticized it and are like, I was fucking with him then. No, you wasn't. Like, and it's like niggas was not fucking with. Nobody was talking.
They was listening to Pac and Biggie.
Beyonce came in. This nigga stock went up.
And Nas.
And Nas.
In the beat.
Let's put it out. I mean, real shit.
Like honestly, I fucked with Jay's like Reasonable Doubt Volume 1, but I honestly became a fan like Volume 2 because like that album like took it to a whole nother level.
It took it to a whole nother level.
But
what Stacey talking about this Volume 3 shit?
So this is something I always say about him and Beyonce. They benefit off of death more than any other artist in the history of music did.
You crazy as a motherfucker, man.
Both of them.
If you talk that Aaliyah shit, man, I will leave this motherfucker, dog. Are you crazy?
No, if Pac and Biggie didn't die, Jay-Z would not be where he is right now.
He was next in line.
Y'all kill me with it, but let's talk about Beyonce. I don't even know how we got to Jay-Z because we said Nas is whack. We not even talking about Jay-Z. That's like a motherfucker. If I say LeBron is something, somebody throwing Kobe. Nah, nigga, we talk about LeBron. Nas picks terrible beats. He's an overrated MC. But
overrated MC? Come on.
Okay, no. Hey, okay, I apologize. He is an overrated artist. He is a great MC.
No, Jay-Z didn't do no disco.
Here we go back with Jay-Z. We're talking
because I know
about
you love Jay-Z.
Because that's who y'all gonna compare him to every time.
I compare him to what I like, and I don't like him. That's what I'm just saying. Like,
okay,
listen. Okay, like everybody has their. Let's talk beefs.
Okay.
It just happens. It just so happens I don't like Nas' music. It has nothing to do with Jay-Z.
Okay.
But I come to find out those people that really don't like Nas that happen to be Jay-Z fans.
Just so happens.
It goes
I don't
hand in
know.
hand.
But I digress. Go ahead.
It's just like the people that hate LeBron. 9 times out of 10, they're Kobe fans. Big time MJ fans.
Everybody that don't like
okay, no, let's stick to it. Let's stick to it though. Let's stick to it. You don't like Nas because
that train never missed the station.
Well, you don't like Nas because
I don't like his music. I love I Am. That's one of my favorite albums ever. The beats were better. He's boring to me. Like it just doesn't resonate with me.
We are opposites.
Huh?
We are opposites.
So you hate that album because it was commercial.
I'm not a big fan of I Am, but I
like I Am.
A lot of Nas fans aren't.
I love I don't know what that's about, but yeah, my shit's His Life Is Good, Illmatic, Godson, that's my shit.
My favorite one, it was written.
Boring as fuck.
It was written,
It's like listening to one of my lectures. Yeah. I have to listen to.
Hey, that nigga sound like Ben Stein rapping Clear.
I want to know what niggas is listening to a Nas album when they get ready to go to the club. Are you really sitting there?
For me, it ain't gotta be the club.
That's what they play. They play Uchi Wally.
They play Uchi Wally.
Uchi Bang Bang.
Is it one mic? No, fuck that. Which one is it? Is it Black Girl Lost or Shorty Owe You for Ice? Which one is it?
Both.
With an L.
No, but seriously, like I just happen to like other music. I don't like Nas's music.
I'm a real hard, like I can go across a bunch of subtopics of hip hop as far as what I like, but when it comes to that hardcore lyricist, like y'all was talking about Big L last week, Nas is like that for me because I really love, for me, his delivery. I love it, but his delivery on top of his lyricism is everything.
Listen,
and he don't age either. Just to throw.
You want to hear some Nas bars?
He doesn't.
You want me to drop some Nas bars?
Oh God, here we go.
Listen, Amanda, wait. His delivery is what sucks.
Nah, that's how I feel about Jay-Z. His delivery is what sucks. That puts me to sleep.
Like Kendrick is terrible.
You that guy. You're that guy. So you're that guy. I get it now.
Kendrick's gonna go in and end his career, be top 3 MCs ever by the time he's done with the rap.
Yeah, the route that he's going.
He can rap his ass. I hate his delivery.
You think J. Cole put you to sleep too?
No, I love J. Cole.
So you like Kendrick? I mean, you don't like Kendrick's delivery, but you like J. Cole's?
Yes, I'm seeing a trend here. Anyone associated with Rocker Nation is getting a lot of love here.
Get out of here.
No,
wait, time out.
J. Cole is signed to Rock Nation management.
So Kendrick is with Nas? No, he's not. Get the fuck out of here.
No, I'm not comparing hardcore level or whatever.
No. I said that you like J. Cole because he signed to Rock Nation as manager.
Anybody under Rock, anybody under the no.
Yo,
you like Wale too, don't you? You like Wale too, don't you?
Yo, Gotti.
I like Wale singles, and I think he's talented. I don't like his delivery all the time. Wale be slightly off beat. He say words too fast, and it fucking annoys the shit out of me. It's like somebody.
You like the on the beat cadence.
No, but he just.
Okay.
So all the young guys, who's your favorite of the young guys? Like the young newer guys?
His delivery and the way that he enunciates, it's kind of like he brushes words. And it's like if you hear someone with a slight stutter, you just want to grab their fucking tongue.
I think Wale comes from like a spoken word background, right? I think putting it to music maybe what throws him off. I think there's a spoken word cadence that's out that is prevalent.
Yeah.
And I think it's hard for him to do it. Like I only have like one Wale song that I really love. Like not that I don't like him, but like Chain Music.
He ain't on my top
like
10.
my favorite song. I fucking love Chain Music by Wale.
Oh, that was a good one.
I love that song. I love the beat. I love the hook. I love the lyrics.
Somebody did really well on that one. Agreed.
Really love that song.
But what, what about who's y'all favorite newer artists? Like
I was about to say, hey, underrated, Joey Badass. Put it out there.
Okay.
Joey Badass. Yeah.
Jay's gonna say he's born though. Jay's gonna say he's born in like 3 seconds. Go ahead, Jay.
No, seriously.
I don't know much Joey Badass, so I can't.
Joey Badass is like the big L of this era. I'm telling y'all sleeping. But if you gonna put one, Big Crit.
Big Crit's dope.
Oh, Big Crit, yes.
I like J-Rock. I like
J-Rock.
I like Schoolboy. Like I like a lot of West Coast cats, man.
They coming out hard.
My cat from the West Coast is Problem. That's the dude I really love.
But I was on
Ben Staples.
Vince is nice.
I don't like his music though. It's something about Vince's music.
You know what? D, I am more of a fan of him.
Yeah, I like him as a
I think I just like him as a
But
I like his
MC,
music,
I'm like, oh, his music sucks.
He's a better MC than the music that comes out or something like that.
I feel like Big Sean is living the life that Big Crit was supposed to have.
Yeah, I can see that.
Explain that.
That's a good point.
All right. So again, like this is all funny because like we know that I stopped listening to new music.
I understand that. I totally understand.
Right. So somewhere in there. So around that time, who you got? You got J. Cole. Everybody in the mixtape time is J. Cole, Big Sean, Big Crit, right? No one's really blown up.
Kendrick too.
Kendrick was in there, yeah. He did he did mixtapes, yeah. He blew up.
And so I'm gonna say this: I wasn't on Kendrick yet, and I want to throw in Nipsey a little bit, but I wasn't listening to him. I wasn't listening to him. But you know who was Trap? My good friend Trap Jesus. Trap was on Nipsey early.
Okay.
Like I think Nipsey might have been, have spit he might have spit a rhyme on the parking lot, and Trap was like that nigga fire. Like that's how early on the Trap was. But
that flow just a little bit. I love Nip though.
Right. So so you got Crit, Sean, J. Cole around that time. Like those are the mixtapes I'm listening to. And then Big Sean drops the album. J. Cole drops the album. Crit. Where you at? And again, not to say that he wasn't still continuing on, but that level of blow up just didn't happen.
Yeah, and he's like caught between big time and underground.
Right. It's like he's in so it's like he's known, but the well knownness of it again of a J. Cole or a Big Sean, everybody that was in that class. Like there's got to be a who was
the Double
XL
in that class too?
Freshman class.
Wiz Khalifa's in that class. Lupe's in that class. Hey, it's that best. That best XXL, all of them on there.
Wiz Khalifa, another trash one, man. I don't like it.
Oh, you are tripping.
Yeah, man,
I don't have an opinion on Wiz.
So you don't like Currency then either. You don't like Currency then either.
No, I like Currency.
I like Currency.
I don't have a Wiz opinion.
But they compliment each other. They compliment each other though.
Currency's flow is much better.
But they compliment each other though.
I think Wiz don't take it serious. I think he's not taking it serious no more. I don't know.
That Wiz Khalifa Currency album was dope.
I hate the way he stretches word. I hate that shit.
I think he'd just be in the studio playing. Like, would you give me something else? Quit playing around.
I like Wiz, man.
I strongly agree with that though. Big Sean is having the life that Big Crit. Not that he shouldn't. I just think that Crit should be where Sean is as well.
I think Big Sean sucks.
Sean should be bigger.
I think Big Sean sucks.
I think Crit should be. Crit should be bigger.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think
Sean should be
in Sean's place, but Sean should be higher than where he is.
So 2010. Freshman class was J. Cole, Hill, Nipsey, Freddie Gibbs, Big Sean, Wiz, OJ the Juice Man.
Okay.
Yeah, we make fun of that. Me and Javon started to make fun of that. That was the glaring.
Yeah, that was the we got paid to put him on the cover.
Yeah.
It's hit. The next year, 2011, was Meek Mill, Big Crit, Sci-Hi the Prince, Lil Chris,
Sci-Hi, yeah.
The guy's son,
Sci-Hi is dope.
Hard. Sci-Hi is hard as fuck.
I honestly think that y'all think I don't like lyrics.
No, that is which one is better? Which class is better?
Hold that thought.
Hold on.
What'd you say, Stacey?
Kendrick. Okay, so YG, Kendrick, Diggy Simmons and Lil B.
Diggy Simmons.
Lil B the bass.
First off,
Lil B.
Lil B was ahead of his time.
Yes, he was. Yes, he
Lil
was.
B was ahead of his fucking.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I didn't give Lil B the time of day.
Everything that's going on right now was Lil B 7 years ago.
Yeah, man. Hoes on my dick.
Lil
I
B,
look like
class
Johnny.
2011. All that shit. Migos, all of them niggas. That's like that's everything that they are doing. He did in 2011. The world was not ready for it. He was ahead of his time.
Just like. I
mean, again, not saying that it's good.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Right.
He already did it. It had already been done.
Like,
Sometimes
reality shows owe Flavor Flav some money. Same thing, because he said.
Yeah. No, they seriously do. Somebody should have.
Cooking and hoes on my dick because I look like John Styles.
Hey, I don't know any of this.
Not at all. Not a one. I didn't get him.
That's when I got introduced to Big Crit, and I was like, oh, damn, this dude dope. And I was like, man, it sounds like if Outkast and UGK had a baby.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it was.
Yeah. He does have a little something from Pimp C too. I love his style,
His
man.
delivery, the way he attacks.
First time I saw Crit, I was in school. He came to my school. That was that black college circuit, and I was stuck. I was stuck.
I saw him in St. Louis, but he was at the he was in the Grove.
I caught him when he came out here when he
Ready Room.
Was it the Ready Room? I don't know if it was called Ready Room.
When Crit came, it was Ready Room.
Okay, so Crit was at the Ready Room. But it was because Return of Forever had just dropped.
Yeah,
like
he just dropped something today too.
Like Return of Forever had just dropped.
Mastered one today.
And he went on late as fuck. Everybody from the Force performed that night. I think if niggas was in the building and you had a couple of tracks out of something, they were like, here, we'll just get on the microphone and you do something till Crit shows up. And because I remember I was sitting there like, man, I live in Chesterfield. I gotta go home. Like it is, I gotta go to work in the morning. I got a long drive.
That's that middle of the week concert.
Right, it's the middle of the week concert. Like nigga, it's a Wednesday.
It be the latest ones.
I got a real job that I got to go to in the morning, and we still sitting here. It was horrible for me. But yeah, the freshman classes, and then it kind of went down after that because hell, 2013.
Yeah.
2013. Well, my good friend Trinidad James was on there, so you can just tell how the shift happens because 2012.
My good friend Trinidad James.
2012 is Future, French Montana, Macklemore, Don Tripp, Machine Gun Kelly, Iggy Azalea, Roscoe Dash. What a difference a year makes.
Hold on. That's the whole class?
Well, who else is on here? Hobson,
Danny Brown. Danny Brown.
Kid Ink. That's it. That's the list.
So only people on there dope is Hobson and who else you just saying?
So it's Future, Kid Ink, Danny Brown, French Montana, Macklemore, Don Tripp, Machine Gun Kelly, Hobson, Iggy Azalea, and Roscoe Dash.
So Hobson and I can't even remember his name now. Danny Brown, the only two that's dope on there.
I like Don Tripp.
Don Tripp is still too.
Yeah, I like Don Tripp. And I'm sorry, fuck y'all. I like the Macklemore album. Fuck yeah.
It wasn't a bad album.
I'm right. I always say that. I'm like, I can't say that necessarily should have beat Kendrick, but The Heist was a good album. I fucking love Jimmy Iovine. That song, oh my God.
But it's the funny thing about, isn't that when it started going real downhill for the XXL freshman after that?
That's it. Because again, that's 2012. The year before is me, Big Crit, Sci-Hi the Prince, Yellowwood, Freddie Godson,
that was a strong
Mac Miller,
year.
Kendrick. That's the year before. A year later, shit went down. Then
what year was Drake? Was Drake 2010 or 2009?
Good question.
Or was it 06? It was 06.
No, I think the first class has got Lupe in there though, right? I think Lupe's
first class has Lupe. So first class,
where was Drake
2007, Saigon, Flies, Rich Boy, Gorilla Zoe, Joel Ortiz, Lupe, Lil Boosie, Crooked Eye, Papoose, and Young Dro. It's 2007.
That class was crazy.
Wow. Young Dro just fell off the face. Where's Drake at? In these classes?
He's on there.
He's not on there.
I was gonna say, why do I feel like he never made it on the
He never did. He never did.
Wasn't even a freshman.
When did Drake drop? When did he come out?
Like
08, 09, something like that.
Yeah, it was before. It was somewhere where I was in school, And he got real hot too.
Well, so they didn't do one in 08, but then they did one in 09. 09 has Wale on it. So
So they
09 is
skipped the year. So
Wale.
the year he would have been there would have been 08 then.
That probably that would have been the year to put him on.
Yeah, so
Hey, did y'all
09 was
y'all
Wale, B.O.B., Charles Hamilton, Asher Roth, Corey Guns, Blue, Mickey Fax, Ace Hood, Currency, and Kid Cudi.
Ace
with Asher Roth and Lil Dicky. They're my guys.
Man, it's
No, it's horrible now though. Like now it's horrible.
Like, to just watch the.
I don't even. Are they still doing it? Are they still doing it?
Yeah, they did
Yeah, I
one.
think that cat from St. Louis made it last year, Smino.
Smino? Okay. I think I did see that picture actually.
I'm sitting here like, I don't know who any of these, like, it's all of a sudden it gets to a point where I'm like, I don't know who any of these people are.
I'm real choosy on the new artists that I let in now.
That's
really,
when you gotta ask your niece and nephews, who are these niggas?
So, okay, for 2019, these are the people on there. Homithazine, Tierra Whack's pretty good. The Baby, Lil Mop, Roddy Rich, YB and Corday, who's dope too.
Boy, they nice, yeah.
Yeah, YK.
I got his stuff.
Rico Nasty, Gunna, Megan Thee Stallion, and Blueface. That's actually for these young.
It's not terrible.
It's not a terrible class.
Nah.
Because you gotta think about it. The Baby is blown up. Roddy Rich is blown up. YB and Corday is blown up. Gunna is blown up. Megan Thee Stallion is blown up. That's 5.
No, but a lot of these classes, a lot of trash ones on the list still blew up. Yeah. That ain't the problem.
Trinidad James.
Like,
first and foremost, let me say this. I'm not going to pretend like all gold everything won't be played at my wedding. One.
Oh, understood. It's always one that slip in.
Like, it's just flat out. When I walk across the stage, I need somebody to be able to play it. Like when y'all videotaping and I'm going across the stage, I need that playing in the background as I walk across the stage to get my diploma. But he blew up, and I mean, and right now, shit, he's getting paid off the fucking writing credit for the Bruno Mars and Mark Ronson song.
Good job. Somebody smart.
But he was like in college or something, wasn't he?
Who?
He all go with everything. Trinidad James.
I don't know.
I have no clue.
He owned he was like running a clothing store or something like that. I remember
I think he was working at like a shoe store or something. But either way, I mean, shit. I think he was already getting money. But now, I mean, again, shit, the royalties are more.
And he's in the Adam Sandler movie too.
Yes, the Uncut Gems.
Yeah, which is a good movie.
Still haven't watched it.
It's pretty good. I liked it.
Yeah, it's pretty decent. I liked it.
Is it on the Netflix?
It's on
Yes,
Netflix.
it is. Yes,
it's
it
gonna be
is.
the first thing you see when you go on the Netflix.
It sure will.
So check it out.
Not on mine.
I'm gonna challenge you on this, Stacey. Since 2018 is horrible. 19 is actually a come up. Ski Master, Slum God, Lil Pump, Smoke Perp, Jid is dope. Stephon Don, Black Boy JB, YB and Namir, Wife's Funeral, and Trippie Redd. That was
I don't know what any of those words mean.
Wait a minute, funeral? Who died?
Just pass the spell on us, Stacey.
I don't know what any of those words
funeral
mean.
Was his name. Wi-Fi's funeral was his name.
Wi-Fi
Well, all right.
No, see, my Netflix tells me to watch the Space Force.
Oh, I started that.
That's a funny show.
Yeah, I started that.
Mm-hmm. I'm on
put this on your radar. On the Record on HBO. If y'all ain't heard about that's about the Russell Simmons accusation.
So is that on regular HBO or is it on HBO Max?
For me, I watch it on HBO Max. I don't know about
I'm sure it's on HBO Go.
Yeah, I was about to say it should be like they sent it out through HBO. So no matter what kind of HBO thing you have, you should be able to see it. But I watched it last night. Man, he's a piece of trash. Boy.
I got somebody HBO log in.
Insecure, her stand-up special come out tomorrow night.
Right. Yvonne Orji.
I'm not interested in that.
I want to see it.
I want to check it out. See what she's talking about.
Yeah.
See,
y'all let me know how it is.
Cool.
Y'all let me know. I like her. I don't see her being as a comedian. So I just let me know what happens. Let me know how that goes.
30-some-year-old virgin. She's still a virgin?
I don't know. She's not married yet, so if she's still holding to that, she is. She has a boyfriend, but I don't think she's married.
Do y'all watch college football on ESPN? She was dating the dude that's on there. That's one of the commentators on there.
Yeah, she's with she has a boyfriend.
No, they just broke up.
She's just not married.
I commend her for setting I commend her for setting a goal for herself and having making that decision and sticking with it. But I'd be remiss if I didn't mention Angela Simmons did the same shit and ended up being a single mother. So
with a dope dealer boyfriend.
Right, I'm saying you say
Wait. But did she? Because Bow Wow kept alluding to the fact that he knocked her out.
And he died too. Didn't he get killed?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. You saved your box for that long
It was a home invasion, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But they weren't together anymore though. They was already broken up.
No.
Like, so it's not like he passed because, I mean, like they were together and that's why she ended up being single. No. You saved your box all that time to still end up by yourself. Let it, ladies, don't hide that pussy.
Put it up for auction. Get some money off of that. I don't care. That one girl who sold her virginity, she made a lot. I think
that's it. Don't hide it.
I don't know.
Divide it. That's all. That's my moral of the story.
All right. One more question we got is protest music, since we're in this time.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Protest music.
Yeah.
Like, what is some of your favorite protest music?
I listen to some
Michael Jackson. They don't care about us. They was playing that on the radio. I was like, yeah. What was he down jamming down in Brazil?
Right. All the new protest music is trash. I heard a chunk of it today, and I'm over it.
I do like the new YG song. I like the new YG song. Fuck the police.
Fuck the police. Yeah, yeah. He has made me move a little in Meek Mill, but I think that's only because he be hollering. So I don't know.
He got a lot of energy.
Fight the power.
Fight the power.
911 is a joke.
Yeah. Fuck the police.
Fuck the police. Original fuck the police.
Yeah.
I mean, then you got to go back to your Marvin Gaye.
Would Cop Killer work?
Marvin Gaye. I was gonna say that whole "What's Going On" album.
Yeah, that was good.
Would Cop Killer work, or is that going too far?
I would say I actually thought of that, and I wasn't gonna say it out loud. I think I understand the sentiment just as I did at that time. I think that's some smoke you still don't want.
Yeah.
It's like, is it worth it?
Mm-hmm.
There may be just some smoke that you can avoid that smoke. You just avoid it. You don't have to do it.
I don't know what it is about protests. Like when people jump on the movements like that and everybody come out with a song about it, it really makes me roll my eyes. I don't know what that is.
They don't seem genuine. They seem like opportunists.
Yeah, is that it? Not to say that they are, but it makes me roll my eyes.
What I'll say is this. So in my world of social media, I've been privy to see a lot of stuff over the past week. And as far as what brands have been doing, especially on Tuesday, like there was a whole thread that we had on Slack and everybody was posting brands, what they like, is this brand posting correctly or are they posting some bullshit? Who got something up? Who got some stuff down? And then also, again, who is just in the moment versus who's in the movement. And then even right now, there's somebody that's an influencer who has called out beauty brands and is like, where's the diversity on your staff? Where's the diversity in your products?
Right.
And and it's so, I don't say crazy, but my best friend is a hairstylist, and Redken has reached out to him several times they want to post his work, and he won't let them do it because he's like, yeah, but I would like to see more Black people on your page. And they never have a response back from him. And the reality is that, again, you have all of these beauty brands who are using our faces or who want to use this user-generated content, and y'all don't have a Black face no fucking way. There's nobody, there's no diversity and inclusion there. There's no one who's on an executive leader. There's no one ain't nobody even a shift lead at the damn place. So it's to the point of people are looking for more than a nice post. It's like, that's great. Thank you so much for that PR statement that you threw out. Can I see a screenshot of what your executive board looks like?
Yeah. I started seeing stuff like that. That made so much sense because, real talk, I like working for who I work for, the show I work for, but it's only about 5 of us there. And I'm the most recent one.
Yeah.
What's over there, Mandy?
What'd you say?
What do you do? over there on the show you work?
I work on the field production team, so we do a lot of man on the streets and all the little extra skits. We do a lot of those.
Oh, okay.
Working with the producers and the writers on that.
She over there being important, and I'm gonna cuss this woman out twice.
Yep. See, I wouldn't just bring nobody on the show.
Come on, man.
You got J.O. here. That nigga ain't do shit.
Oh shit.
Oh, man.
I have been drinking. Okay.
You driving me to drink, okay?
Friday.
You driving me.
Friday.
Stacy, I meant to text you earlier. You know, today your boy birthday, Brian McKnight.
Oh,
You mad?
classic. He should have a battle against somebody too.
The song "Pussy" was in his career. I mean, and we can. I need. I've been.
I remember that. I forgot about that.
I know it did.
I still listen to.
I mean, I think he's still been releasing stuff, but I think there's I think now he's in that traditional R&B category.
Yeah.
At this point, like at the Grammys. Like
If folks don't like that, I like it.
And I also, Brian McKnight has never won a Grammy Award.
What?
The Grammy?
He's
Never won a Grammy.
I think I didn't
Yeah.
Never. He's been nominated a lot of times. He has never won a Grammy.
Oh, never the. Always a bridesmaid.
Yeah.
So I mean, if he could have pulled it off, would it have been one of the biggest heel changes ever in R&B history?
What the
To go from the nice guy, he's the nice R&B guy, to go to the other lane.
He's been like the Bob Saget of R&B.
Hey, listen. Hey, and to talk about Bob Saget, the person Bob Saget is in real life, they said Brian McKnight is like that. They like
Yeah.
Really?
Like,
they said Brian McKnight's grimy like that?
There's this barbershop that's on
Hey, that's
they
a
said
true
the nigga
story.
came in there and was talking so disrespectful and to like chicks and shit. Like it was like kinda,
Oh no!
No.
like I'm that nigga. Like, hey, come over here and suck my.
Nah, it was a true
At the barbershop?
Yes, like in the barbecue shop.
So this wasn't even on no private shit. He at the barbershop.
Like you ain't even at the club.
No. Hey, you could probably look this up on YouTube. He was on what was that show? 106 in Park. You know, sitting on the couch. I guess he called himself flirting with what was the chick?
Free?
With Free. This back when Free and AJ was on there. And
It's Free.
He told this chick his alter ego, the name was Craven Moorhead.
What?
And they said nigga was like
He said that on TV to Free.
They see like I'm disrespected.
He said, "Yeah, my name is Craven Moorhead."
He got that old school player game.
Right.
That's some shit that your homeboy would say.
Jack me off.
Do you hear me? Like that's some shit your homeboy would say.
So Brian McKnight's a savage then on the low. He's a savage.
Let me find out.
He's some.
I can't wait for his son.
They need to put that on a better streaming because watching that only on the app pisses me off to the bottom of my heart.
It's a lot of them it was a couple seasons that I missed, and I'll be going back to look at
it pisses me off. You can only watch it on the app. I hate that.
You can't watch it online?
Not that the last time I tried was like a year ago. They was like go on the app or something.
Yeah, and on demand,
it's
we have so many episodes.
Yeah, it's a slew of stuff I want to see. By the way, I appreciate my best friend's auntie is the light skinned one out of Johnny. She's a real.
We love her.
Yeah, I was about to say she's a real solid person. Like
Yeah.
Jean is great, man. She's a great person.
She's
She's on the jazz side. She's a jazz.
From St. Louis, though, right?
You said what?
He's married to the brother from St. Louis, Marcus.
Yeah. Her husband is Marla's uncle. He's a drummer. They got a
Marcus, right? Isn't it Marcus?
Yeah, Marcus Bailey. Yeah. They got a it's more. She's gospel now, but she's more jazz too. But she can still blow. I swear.
Well, can you find out if we're gonna get a Jamaica reunion?
I'm gonna be honest with you. We've talked to her about Unsung like back in high school and everything. And she told us, some stories and stuff, but I don't know about now, but back then they were not in contact.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
So dang, they need to get this bag and go on to these tours.
Nah, I think she strictly got. She goes. They were nominated for a Grammy last year. They won actually. I think they won.
Yeah, for best jazz.
Yeah.
Classical
Yeah.
jazz.
John A.
He
definitely song.
So no, what do you think about them doing an unsung though, not going on tour? What do you think about?
Oh,
unsung?
she was down for an unsung, not like hype on some like tell them to call me right now, but she was down for an unsung. But they haven't talked to each other in hellas. I don't think it was like no hardcore beef that she wouldn't, but they don't stay in contact like that.
So were they friends before, or were they put together as a group?
They were friends before, I believe.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Okay.
back in Jersey's where she's from. That's where she
Stacey, why you
still
shaking
lives.
your head? Why you shaking your head, Stacey?
Oh man, to hear that, when people were cool and everybody was together, and then all of a sudden you're not no more. Like this was sitting there like, like when they were friends with like.
Right. What happened?
Something happened.
It didn't work out. That's one thing. But if y'all were actually friends and like grew up together, and y'all started, achieve some fame or whatever happened, and all of a sudden y'all don't talk anymore. That makes me sad.
When's the last time they performed together? Do you remember? Do you know, Amanda? When's the last time they performed together?
Oh man, I don't know. It's been. I'm pretty sure that was back in the 90s.
Wow, so they didn't since the 90s?
I don't think they performed since 2000 came. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
Yeah, I think when we didn't hear from them again, that was probably maybe 1 or 2 years after that. That was probably it.
Because that album came out around 98, 99?
Yeah, they had an album and they had a single in like 99 with something with Naughty by Nature. But it looks like.
Is that Jamboree? That's Jamboree they was on, right? That single Naughty by Nature's Jamboree. Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if either one of them are reaping any benefits from any samples, because a lot of people sample "Sending My Love." I know that much.
No, that'd be KG that'd be getting those checks.
I was about to say, I don't know if they wrote on it or anything.
Maybe, I know KG is getting those checks. But that don't go past the KG area on Monopoly first. He's got to pass through his hands first.
Right. I wouldn't blame him.
All right, Mandy, let everybody know they can hit you up there.
It bothers me a little bit. It's like you were like a Rain Man with this. Like, oh, that was Jamboree? Nigga, who the fuck know that song?
Jamboree.
I know random shit, man.
Like, why would you know that? Like, you know that? I mean, like, they know the song and you did. That's it.
No, that song was pretty popular for a second.
Yeah, I like Jamboree.
It was very corny. Oh, it was super corny, but it was popular.
Yeah, it was popular. Okay. Wasn't it a single?
Yeah, it was a single.
It is a single.
I was about to say, am I missing something?
I'm going to just say okay.
Right. The other thing is, a lot of people don't realize it, but it's a small chunk. I don't know. It might be a small chunk or not, but sometimes you find some people who are just like students of the game, like period. So it's like anything that I hear about that was real big time back in the day, and I was too little to like really be into it, or I wasn't born at all. If I'm a music fan, I'm gonna go back and listen. Like, I gotta go back and find out. And everybody don't do that. Some people just hang with whatever's coming out now, or whatever, you know what I'm saying, or whatever came out when they was alive into music. That's just, it's not my. I'm a
again. Stacey stopped around 2013.
Even then, like, I know for one day I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna be like, you know what, I don't feel like it no more.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. One day you're just gonna say, you know what, fuck this. I don't care. You'll turn on the radio one day. You'll get in the car. Your iPad won't sync just yet, and there'll be a snippet of something that plays on the radio, and you'll say, you know what? I think I'm just gonna stay right where I am in this little.
I honestly haven't listened to the radio since I got my iPod. Since iPods came out, I haven't listened.
Yeah, I only listen to the radio in the morning.
I listen to podcasts when I want to hear somebody talk. I listen to podcasts when I want to listen to music. I listen to podcasts.
And I listen to. If I do listen to radio, I'm listening to 80s and 70s, 80s soft rock. That's what I listen to.
Classic. So
that's absolutely what I'm listening to. A little Ambrosia and minding my business on the way to Whole Foods is what I'm doing. So,
all right, Mandy, where can they hit you up at and check you out with all the stuff you got going on the West Coast?
Sure. I'm Act Accordingly on Instagram, AKT Accordingly, and then that's all. That's about it.
Scott, where can you drop at? Cool ass Scott, right everywhere, right?
Cool ass Scott it everywhere. Scott Hilliard on Facebook.
Willington Shabazz.
Stacy.
Stacey Adams on everything. Stacey with the E, Adams with the Z. All one word.
Joey, where can they trip at?
Joaquin Music, anywhere and everywhere. JoaquinMusick.
All right. Thank y'all once again. People have been a lot of emailing us a lot of good stuff. We're gonna be able to use for future shows, and people loving the show. So we appreciate everybody listening as always. And all the email stuff is in the show notes.
Hey, I just want to post out something real quick.
Go ahead.
Next
Oh,
Wednesday,
let another group.
We only listen to 90s R&B. We got the Tony Mint Condition battle this Wednesday, 8:00.
Where's that on?
It's in the group. We gonna be live in the group. We gonna do
on the
Facebook group. We got the Facebook group.
There we go. Okay.
Yeah, we got you.
That's it. And then I'm gonna I just followed you back on Instagram. I need you to accept my request so that I can send you some Nas bars.
Hey,
I'll do it. I was like,
Stacey,
no.
why, man?
Stacey, play nice. Do not ruin her day.
You know what? I need to get off the
Joel, I'm gonna start just sending you random DMs with Nas lyrics like at 4 in the morning and just blowing up your phone randomly.
Come on, girl. Somebody.
But you're gonna be like, when there he. But you're gonna drop the Nas boys.
Hot is jalapeno. He knows how to hide the Ninos. Grab Rudolph Valentino.
All right, guys.
All right, y'all.
I probably would have left anyway, but I do have to leave now. After hearing that shit, I was gonna leave anyway. But
we out of here though, y'all. Peace.
All right, y'all.